Did you make it?
Yeah, I'm right behind you.
All right. Well, YouTubers, I've been thinking, as I've been watching the channels that I subscribe to, and how much traffic they get, and how excited they get when they get 100 subscribers, and they kind of cheer each other on, and they, just the feel of a channel that has some success to it. And I've been thinking about this for a while. I put up a video maybe about a couple of days ago, and I try to make my content as interesting as possible and vary stuff, but maybe I just don't have what it takes to be a good motovlogger. I do like to ride, I do like to talk, but what I've been thinking about is the death of a YouTube channel. I don't really want to abandon it, and I don't know what else to do with it sometimes. I still like doing what I'm doing, and I may just keep it and archive stuff on it, but I think at this point, I've got, I think, maybe 9 subscribers, and I've posted my last video to Gmail Plus or G Plus, and I haven't gotten any hits on it, and that's where most of my motovloggers that I watch and follow end up posting to, and so I've given it a lot of thought, and it's funny as it sounds, it's like, what happens to YouTube channels that, don't get a lot of subscribers, and, they don't, I'm not going to say they don't put out content, but maybe put out a video every so often, and, and it just kind of doesn't do anything. It kind of dies on the vine. And, like I said, I've been thinking about it because, I'm not struggling. I'm getting better with doing the videos on iMovie, and I'm trying to figure out how to do like a picture-in-picture. It says they can do it, and I've thought about doing a little intro or a little title page, and and I've seen some really wonderful stuff out there, and people, I'm not going to say they're all talented, but practice makes it better, positive comments, how to do things better, and and again, too, the fault might be mine. Maybe I'm not understanding how to get my channel out there, and how to get people to look at it or give me comments back. But, it's a sad thing that, I don't want to say emulate, but, you watch really good motovloggers, and you see what they do, and you know why you like it and why you keep watching them. And you try to do stuff like that, but, it's just, I'm not going to say fall on your face, but, it just kind of fizzles. And it's a little depressing, I got started with a GoPro 2. It was kind of like a win me gift, and I really got excited about it. And the first couple of videos I put out, I got quite a few hits on it, and a couple of people, they subscribed and were kind of excited, a new motovlogger. And it just seems like, that's it. But, I won't stop following the guys I follow, and I check them at least once or twice a day. There's one gentleman from Utah that he gets out and rides every day, and I try to see his videos in the morning before I leave to go to work, or I'll check out some at lunchtime while I'm sitting in the car. And generally when I get home, I'll get everything taken care of and sit down in front of the computer and see who might have new posts. And I get a little disappointed when I don't see anything from the people I really enjoy seeing videos from. And then, of course, there's the people that kind of try to put stuff at least once a week. And, I've looked at some of the how to make your YouTube channel prosper, but it's just one of those things that, I seem to start things late in life. And, and I think sometimes that may be coming, I don't want to say coming late. I mean, you can never come late to motor vlogging. But, maybe some people just never catch the wave. Which is funny because, when I was a young girl, growing up in New Jersey, I had a cousin who tried to teach me to surf, and that didn't work out too good because I couldn't see too well. I still don't. But, I couldn't catch the wave, and of course my balance was bad, and so I never did well with that. And same thing with learning how to skateboard back in the 70s and 60s and 70s. And, it's like I'm not afraid to try stuff. And, my grandkids got me into dirt bike riding because they came over and said, they wanted to learn. They knew I rode street. So I got really excited about that. And, they've kind of moved on now. But, I ride with my husband, and we go dirt riding. I have a small dirt bike, and he has a ATV. And we have street bikes, so and it's nice. I mean, sometimes, riding even with somebody on another bike can be a joint experience, and sometimes it could just be a semi-solo experience. But I'm out doing this ride. I'm learning that you don't have to always have your camera on, and sometimes I think it's not worth it because you see the same old thing all the time, and it's like who wants to watch 10-15 minutes of riding the same place all the time and kind of beating a dead horse. But maybe this is how it is for some people in the beginning. It's like they kind of crash and burn, and and then eventually the Phoenix takes off like a rocket. But like I said, I just wonder how many YouTube channels out there just kind of die because of lack of interest on both viewer and participant, the person who created the channel. And but I wonder what happens to them. Where do they go? Do they just kind of fall off eventually, or do they just kind of sit on a server somewhere and, just eventually get deleted out from inactivity? I wonder what YouTube does. I mean, it's an interesting question. Yeah, YouTube and Google, I love it. Google, YouTube, and defunct channels. I think that'd be an interesting thing to do. But, my love for riding is never going to change. The Downs to Cenas. As I was saying, it'll be interesting to see what kind of search results will come up on Google about defunct YouTube channels, and I'm gonna continue to do some videoing and do some topic conversation and some other stuff, and I'll probably continue to put stuff on my channel and put it out there, and and if it never does anything, it never does anything. I mean, I get depressed. I am depressed today. I was depressed yesterday, and I don't know. I know of only one motovlogger that had the all too worth. Well, whatever. I was going to say something, but I want to keep my channel clean. But he had the gumption to do a tape about him being blue and not feeling good, and and his subscribers really came to the table and, gave him positive comments and feedback and everything else. And, and it took him a little while. And he did a few things, and, he kind of snapped out of it. And he's doing pretty good now. And, he's put out a couple little videos so far this year, and I'm really glad to see him again because I like his attitude. And I like his spirit, and it's funny too because I like to put comments whenever I watch somebody's video or post, because of the fact that it's important. If you're following somebody and you subscribe to them and you watch them all the time, I think it's bad if you don't comment, because then it's like, yeah, they'll get the numbers for watches, but they never get any feedback to maybe make the channel a little better, or see what people are liking, or have a like a comment conversation. And but then I find sometimes that I don't know if it's how I write my comment or just as a generality, but my YouTube is Bluegram13, and and I picked that name years and years ago, Bluegram, for my neighbor, wonderful woman, very much reminded me of my mom. And when her grandkids were growing up, it's like they kind of nicknamed her Blue Graham because just, what to call her. And when she told me the story about it, I really liked it. And then when she passed away a few years ago, and I was still riding with the grandkids, I started, doing things and saying Blue Graham. And I've kept it, and I brought it into my channel. And sometimes I just wonder, the nature of my job and the fact that I probably for the last 30 plus years I've worked in an industry dominated by men, and I get along fine with them, but maybe I've picked up some bad habits in terms of language and how I write stuff and all, but yeah, I digress. I got off the subject a little bit here. But, it's like my comments, I try to address them from who I am at this point in my life. I'm a 64-year-old lady, and, and I just, I don't know. As I said to one of the motor vloggers, I see things different at 64 than I did at 34. And I think it's just part of life, you kind of grow up in different ways as you get older. But Sun Road.
Yeah, I think I need to go back. I think I missed the pothole.
Well, I'm sorry. We can find you another one.